What's going on, everybody? It is a beautiful day today, and you see I just pulled up on this Street Glide, the best motorcycle, in my opinion, that Harley-Davidson makes. Well, stick around, because today I'm going to be making this video of why you should buy a Road Glide. I got to run all the way. So I got a riddle for you.
Yeah.
26 sheep, and one of them die. How many you got left?
26.
No. All right, guys, so let's get started. First of all, I'm here at Bootlegger Harley-Davidson in Knoxville, Tennessee, right at Lovell Road, exit, what exit, Tony?
374.
Exit 374. Let me show you this bike here, this 2022 Harley-Davidson Road Glide Special Apex paint color set. The Apex paint set looks the best on this 2022 Road Glide because if you look at the body, if you look at the lines here, really sharp lines, and the way this batwing fairing, I said batwing fairing, the way this short nose fairing goes is wedge shape, and it just has a really clean, crisp line. They flow and they really look good. But this is not about this specific bike, it's about every Road Glide, why you should buy a Road Glide. So first off, let's just do this quick walk around and let me show you the bike. Again, 2022 Road Glide Special, blacked out motor, 114. And guys, I want to give you this tip too. If you buy a new Harley-Davidson and you're still running this cover on here, no, don't do that. That cover is only for when it's raining. That rain sock is only for when it's raining. You are restricting your airflow by putting that on there. Take that off. That needs to come off, okay? So they just have it like this on the showroom floor just to show you that it comes with the bike. But this is the first thing that you need to take off and throw in your saddlebag and keep it with you, but don't leave it on your bike. You're hurting your performance of the motorcycle. Again, 2022, it is all blacked out. In 2000, I think they started that in 21. You have specials in chrome and black. You didn't used to have that. If you had chrome, it wasn't a special. Well, it was a special in 17. You had specials in chrome in 17. In 18, they were all blacked out. In 19, they were all blacked out. 20, they were all blacked out. 21, you got the opposite. Well, again, I got to stay on topic because that's not what we're talking about. So this bike right here, a stock 114 cubic inch Harley-Davidson motor. 19-inch wheels in the front. The small engine guards right here, they call the little mustache bars versus the big tall ones that they have, and has the stretch saddlebags. The saddlebags on a standard would be shorter. Now, I'm going to give you the reason why you should buy this bike. Reason number one. If you're interested in making a performance bagger, in my opinion, oh, this pains me to say. It pains me to say it, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Listen closely.
In my opinion, I believe that the shark nose, they're gonna use this against me, I know they are. The shark nose is more aerodynamic. I think so. I believe that the shark nose is more aerodynamic. And the reason why you would think the shark nose is more aerodynamic than batwing, the batwing is a lot flatter, and it seems like it would be less aerodynamic than this bike because the design that this one has, it comes to a point, it's a shark nose. Now, if you look at your sport bikes, their fairings are fixed. They don't have fairings that turn. When the bars turn, the fairing doesn't turn. Sport bikes, if it's good enough for MotoGP, then I think if you're making a performance bagger, I think this is the way that you should. I almost said that. I don't mean to say that. I think that the shark nose will be more aerodynamic than the batwing. Point number one. Point number two. I know they probably can't believe I'm making this. I'm gonna ask you again.
26 sheep.
You got 26 sheep and one of them die. How many you got left?
25.
No. So, point number 2, 2 headlights. 2 is always better than 1. When you have 2 headlights, you can see, it casts more light, it's going to be brighter, and it's just better. Most of my friends that ride these things, the other bikes, I'm being nice, right? Most of my friends that ride these things, they'll have the 2 headlights here, they'll have the custom dynamic marker lights right there, they have some windshield trim up there. You can really light the front of a Road Glide up more than you can light, I'm talking about the fairing portion, than a Street Glide, because you have the 2 headlights. You can have the trim lights that go right there. You can have a trim light on this side and a trim light on that side. With the Batwing, you would just basically have 1 headlight right there, and then you could have the trim piece. I'm just talking about the fairing, the trim piece that goes across the top. So you have more lights on it. And we know that more lights, it's just better. It's better to be seen, but the 2 headlights is better. Now we can argue all day about the headlight that a Street Glide has, that when I turn the bars, the lights turn with me. And I am talking about, I'm talking about from a stop. I'm not talking about riding, because we know that when you ride, it's not. But anyway, now, on this bike, if you like the wind, I feel like a Road Glide allows the wind to come at you more than on a Street Glide. You have these 2 huge vents on each side right here, right? 2 huge vents. And let me show you this. You still have this vent right here that you can still shut off. Street Glide in 2020, I believe, they took that where you can't shut this vent off anymore. No longer available on the Street Glide. And you only have the 1 vent like that. This bike has this vent. Let me get this off the camera and show you this. You still have that vent here. And Tony just told me through parts and accessories, you can still get the thing to close off the vents, the little flapper there. So you got 1, 2, 3 vents. But not only that, look down here, you have that big space right there between the handlebars and the fairing. So that's a lot of air coming at you. And from the rider's perspective, if you look at it right here, it just seems like you're more out in the open on the Road Glide. If you like more air,
Get a road king.
all right, Tony,
You're trying to trick me again.
you got 26 sheep, and one of them died. How many you got left?
Oh, I still got 26 because I had 27 to begin with.
No. So this is what we're going to talk about here. The mirrors. The mirrors on the bike. Right there. On my motorcycle, when I went up to 10-inch mirrors, the mirrors that's attached to the fairing were useless. So I had to get drop-down mirror brackets because I don't like mirrors on top of my bars. But with this motorcycle here, if you change these bars to 10s, 12s, 14s, 15s, 14s, 16s, or whatever, you still have the mirrors in the intended place on top of the bars. So that's something to think about. And the mirrors, if you want to customize your mirrors, on Street Glide, it's limited. On this bike, it's actually an option. You know, you can on your Street Glide, but there's a whole lot of mirror applications for this bike other than the Street Glide. And I hope my Street Glide, you know, it's over there in the distance. I should have moved it a little bit further away. I didn't want it to hear all this. Your navigation screen is right in line where you need to see. That's good. The navigation screen is in a good location. Your voltage is in a good location. Your fuel is in a good location. On the next video that I will talk about why you should buy a Street Glide over a Road Glide, just note this right here. We're not going to say that right now. Just think about that. We'll hold that to the next video. Now, a lot of people think that I have more room on this motorcycle than I have on my Street Glide. And the truth is that's not so. The illusion of this being further away from you and being more out in the open will make a tall rider feel like they have more room. But in reality, you have the same amount of room. So that's not an issue, and I would like to finally put that to rest because it's not true at all. These bikes, from the front wheel to the steering neck, that's the only difference between a Road Glide and a Street Glide. Steering neck on back, they're the same bike. But there is a difference in handling, and we'll get to that in just a moment. You have more storage on this bike. Street Glide, you have that one little side of storage. This one, you have 2 pockets of storage. Let me show you. That opens up. You have your USB cable in there. And then on this side right here, it opens up and you have some storage over here. You see this? And I'm not trying to mess up this tire, but just doing that back and forth in the parking lot. You don't have the weight of the fairing on the bars. Now, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? For this video, I'll say it's a good thing. For the next video, you'll see what I'm talking about. But not having the weight on it means that it has a lighter turn. Everyone talks about how the Road Glide has a fixed fairing, the Street Glide has the fairing on top of the bars, and then when the wind pushes against the fairing as you're going down the road, it shakes the bars on the Street Glide. I haven't experienced it. I've been on my Street Glide 80, 90, 100 plus miles per hour, and it hasn't been a thing for me. But so many people say it, so I'm going to include that in here. The bars are not attached to the fairing right here. So you're not feeling that. If you do feel it, which I've never felt it, you're not feeling that. So I guess you could say that's another plus for the Road Glide. So guys, I've said some nice things about this bike, and you know I ride a Street Glide, but I wanted to point out some positive things about the Road Glide because there is some positive things about the bike. It's a nice looking bike. Yes, I said it. It is a nice looking bike. And this bike with the Apex paint set on it, it looks great. You know, it does. So there you have it. That is the reasons why you should buy a Road Glide. And if you want the video of the reasons of why you should buy a Street Glide, just comment below. Let me know if you'd like to see that video. And guys, thank you. Like, share, and subscribe, comment, keep gliding, and as always, have a blessed day. All right. Okay guys, so I'm gonna finally give it to you. So I said, and I want you to see, I said 20 sick sheep and one of them died.
Oh,
how many you have left?
So wrong.
19, 26 sheep. Not 6, sick.